And then the emergency room stuff was toward that end. So that allowed a lot of walk and talks, you know, the steady cam, a guy holding the camera on his body, and we could walk, and we could really do a 3 or 4 page scene of like starting here, walking all the way down a hall, turning, walking all the way down the hall, into the room. And that was the same hospital room for every patient that went through there in the 4 years. And every other door led to nothing.
Catherine, son, let's see how she looks.
Good luck, Dad.
We had a great crew, and everyone really liked the show, and the cast got along extraordinarily well, so we worked hard for each other. There wasn't a lot of drama, egotism-wise, and we all fought hard to make it as good as it could be. Our director of photography was Mike O'Shea, and he was just amazing, you know. When you don't have much time and you've got a crew that cares, you can really make the show look good. And I'm proud to say that was our case.
Look, Howser, I'm not taking this to Canfield. I'm going to give it to you man to man, colleague to colleague. Who the hell do you think you are, anyway, presuming to tell my patient anything about her emotional or psychological problems?
Well, someone's got to. She's got a lousy self-image, and all the surgery in the world's not going to solve her problems, and you know that.
I may not be able to solve her problems, but at least I'm not creating new ones for her.
This woman needs help.
You're right.
We had a team of 6 or 7 different writers at various times. Vic Rosseo, Linda Morris helmed the writing team. They became exec producers later on, and their scripts were exceptional. Yeah, it was fun. You know, you'd get the new script, and you'd see who it was written by, and you're excited, and you'd read it. Very cool. Then you'd get the blue pages, which was the revision, and you'd see where the budget cuts were. How many scenes were now? 3 scenes were now 1, and that cool location, the carnival. No more carnival. Can't afford a carnival. Instead, it was a merry-go-round. And, you know, and then we'd do our little show. We didn't have time to really think about it much. Once we started working, we worked 6 months out of the year, just solid straight through, with very little reaction, because we were working all the time. You'd start before the show premiered. By the time the show premiered, you were on episode 6 and behind and in a hurry. And so you were just plowed through Thanksgiving, plowed through Christmas, and then you had your back 5 or 6 to get. You finished it and just kind of dropped. That was kind of our life. At the time, it was really taxing and tiring, but I kind of miss it. It was good work. The final part where I typed on the computer, you know, half the time they didn't even have that written yet, because they knew what it was gonna be about. You know, Doogie needs to practice patience in order to get more patients. But they didn't quite know how to put that in a sentence yet, so it would say, like, tag to be determined. But every time we did the exact same thing. The camera would be behind the computer. I'd type nothing, 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 nothing. I'd look up. I'd think. I'd smile. And I'd type the end of it. So we did that 97 times. And truth be told, it was a computer program that any button that you pushed would type the right thing on there if they knew what it was going to be. So I looked like the best typer in the world. I would just type away and be perfect every time. But I got really good at the type, the look, and then final type. That was my favorite part.
For God's sakes, what are you doing? This is unacceptable. Return to the vehicle.
Hey.
Let me see.
What are you doing? You must have been drunk. Get out of there.
Hell out of there, kid.
Let go of me.
Walt, come on.
It provided me great future work. In television, certainly. I did a spell of made-for-television movies.
And you, brace his neck.
In theater, which I've done a lot of recently as I've aged, it's helped a little bit, I suppose, to have a little recognizability for them to put your name on there for ticket sales, maybe. I think with the feature film world, it's been a deficit, because I think television backstory is not that interesting to feature film producers, and I can totally understand why. I think they either want to get an A-list movie star or an unknown that they can make an A-list movie star, but to get someone that has sort of TV baggage. You either have to go in, have that be part of the gag, like in Starship Troopers, where I was the super smart, mental brain guy and was a genius on TV, or in like Undercover Brother, I was the token white guy. So you could it was kind of funny, but I think that hasn't, a lot of time will have to pass before any kind of feature film career as an actor, I think, will take off. I think I was given an opportunity that is so rare in an actor's life, and I have great appreciation for that. I had to prove myself with my work in the show, but to get to be the lead character on a show, to have the show be a quality show, to have it be picked up and actually a show, and then to have it go on for more than a year is just so rare in Hollywood. Every year there's pilot season, and there's 100,000 actors that are trying to get any job in any show. And then those lucky few that do, half of them get recast, and then the ones that finally make it to the show doesn't even go, and the ones that do go are up against ER, and then they're canceled. I mean, it filters down so much that to have had a 4-year run of a show that we're all very proud of, I think is extraordinarily rare. And so I can't believe that happened to me when I was 16 years old. It's provided me a life that I would have never been able to do from small town New Mexico otherwise, and some financial freedom to not have to stress about what I was going to do for a period of time, and the technical know-how to keep a career going, I think, for a while. And for any of the, hey, aren't you Doogie Howsers that I get, which are few and far between, I can't thank Steven enough or the audiences enough for responding to the show and keeping us working for so long.